Hi everyone, and welcome to this session of gentle yoga. Today we're doing a 1 hour gentle yoga class, matching our poses and movement with our breath. So please take time to get in touch with your breath, get in touch with yourself. The theme for this week is self-study. So actually tapping into how we feel about the poses that we go into and the thoughts that come into our heads, into our minds as we're working today. So enjoy the class, and please, as always, remember to work within your range. Do what feels good for you today, and don't go to the point of pain. Grab a cushion or a small blanket and we'll get started sitting cross-legged. So sitting in an easy seat, cross-legged, or with your legs out in front if that suits you better. And just starting to notice the room that you're in. Starting to settle into your space. Feel your sit bones grounding through the earth. Gently close your eyes if that's available to you. And start to notice the sounds around you. Might be people moving in the house or noises from outside. Birds, trees, traffic, and just notice your breath as it comes in and out through your nostrils. Notice how your chest rises as you inhale and relaxes down as you exhale. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. On the inhale, expand your abdomen, your chest, and across your shoulders. And as you exhale, relax those muscles down, abdomen, chest, across your shoulders. Inhale, expanding, filling up fresh, clean energy. And exhaling and releasing anything that no longer serves you. Inhaling through abdomen, chest, broadening across the shoulders, filling up your lungs all the way through to your shoulders. Fill up a little bit more, and then sigh it out. Letting go. And gently flicker your eyes open if you close them. Place your hands by your side on the ground, palms facing upwards. Take a deep inhale to stretch your arms out to the side and up above your head, palms facing. And exhale, palms together and down to heart center. Inhale again, stretching your arms out to the side, up overhead, palms facing, stretching up, palms together, and exhale, hands to heart center. Do that one more time. Inhale, stretching the arms out to the side, stretching up, lengthening through the side body, and then exhaling, palms together and down to heart center. Inhaling one more time, stretching arms out to the side and up. This time, dropping our left hand to the ground, stretching up with our right hand and then leaning over to the left. Right upper arm close to right ear. Looking forward, anchoring our right sit bone into the ground, stretching through the right side body. Inhaling, stretching up, both hands to the sky, and exhaling, right hand goes down, and then leaning over to the right. Left upper arm close to left ear, looking forward, and stretching your left sit bone down to the earth, opening up through your left shoulder, left armpit. Inhale, stretching up. And exhaling, cactus the arms, upper arms parallel with the earth. Inhaling, stretching up. Exhaling, right hand to left knee as you look over your left shoulder, dropping your left arm behind you. Gentle twist. As you inhale, stretch your body up. Crown stretching up to the sky. And exhale, look a bit further over your left shoulder. One more. Inhale, stretching your spine up, creating space. And exhale, looking over your left shoulder. This time, inhale, back to center, both arms above your head. Exhaling, left hand onto right knee, and right hand drops behind, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, stretching up. Tuck your chin in slightly and feel your crown stretching up to the sky, creating space in your spine. And then exhale as you twist it to the right. No forcing, just doing what feels good in your body today. One more inhale in this twist. And exhale, looking towards your right shoulder. Big inhale as we come back to center. And exhale, hands to heart center and down. This time, inhaling, stretching arms out to the side, up above our heads. And then dropping our hands behind us as we exhale, fingers point backwards. Tucking in your elbows and shoulder blades for a gentle back twist, back bend, beg your pardon. Looking up at the ceiling, chin up to the ceiling, stretching through the throat, and feeling that back bend in your lower back as well as your front body. Inhaling, straightening up, stretching our arms up to the sky, and then exhaling, leaning forward and planting our palms on the ground wherever they're comfortable. Taking a few breaths in this forward stretch. Inhale, stretching up, hands up to the sky and palms to heart center. We'll change the cross of our legs and do that on the other side. Inhaling, our arms out to the side and up above our heads. This time, left hand goes to the right knee, right hand drops behind, looking over our right shoulder. Stretching up and twisting gently. And inhaling, coming back to center. And exhaling. Left hand drops behind, right hand to left knee, looking over our left shoulder. Inhaling, arms up above our head, looking forward, and cactus the arms down. Inhaling, stretching up, and this time dropping our right hand to the side and leaning over to the right. As well as looking forward, there's an option this time to look under your armpit towards the right for a further bend and twist in your side body, still anchoring through your left sit bones. Take a couple of breaths here and just notice what reactions you're having to this stretch. Just notice that sensations and thoughts that you're having. Inhaling and stretching up, and exhaling, dropping the left hand to the left and leaning over with the right arm, right upper arm by the right ear. And again, we can look forward, or this time you might want to look under your right upper arm towards the right, anchoring your right sit bones into the mat. It's interesting the narratives that we have as we're going through poses, the ones we like, the ones we don't like, and the way we react and respond to each one. Inhaling and stretching up, and exhaling, cactus the arms. Inhaling, stretching up, and exhaling, dropping our arms to the back, fingers facing backwards, squeezing the shoulder blades together, looking up to the ceiling, stretching our chin up, and feeling that bend in our back and stretch in our front body, especially between the shoulder, the collarbone, and up through the front of the throat. Inhaling as we come up, stretching our arms up to the sky, and exhaling, folding forward, planting your palms on the ground, and seeing if you can get some of your wrists and your forearms onto the ground as well. Drop your head down. Inhaling, stretching up, arms to the sky, and then palms together, hands to heart center, and exhaling. Beautiful. We'll come onto all fours into tabletop. So knees go underneath the hips, wrists go underneath the shoulders, stretching your fingers out wide. So the middle finger is facing forward and the thumbs point together. Stretching through the tailbone and the crown of the head, feet pointing straight back, tabletop. We'll do some cat-cows here. So dropping the belly to the mat, inhaling and draw a line up with your nose into cow. Hips go up to the sky. And then exhaling, tucking your chin to chest, navel to spine, and rounding through the back like an angry cat. Following your breath, inhale into cow, dropping the belly to the mat, crown to the sky, opening through the heart center. And exhale, pushing through the hands, rounding the upper back, tucking in the tail for cat. Inhale for cow. Shining your heart space forward, crown to the sky. And exhale for cat. Navel to spine, tucking in your chin. And take a few more in your own time, being guided by your breath. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. You can sway off the tram tracks, stretch out your hips, your shoulders, your wrists, moving your weight around on your knees and your hands. And then returning to tabletop, neutral spine. Navel tucked into the spine. Inhale and stretch your right hand up in front of you and your left leg back, tucking your toes so they're still on the mat. And just stay there for a couple of minutes, hold that, breathing naturally. Feeling that diagonal stretch through your body, through your right fingertips and all the way through to your left heel. And then drop your right hand to the mat in its normal position back to tabletop. And stretch out your left arm in front of you, palm facing to the right. Tuck your right toes, straight leg, and feel the diagonal stretch through your right heel, up to your left fingertips. Great stretch through your calf and your hamstrings. Navel to spine, active through the core. And then return your hand and knee to the mat. Again, on the right side, right hand goes up, left leg is straight, toes tucked. And we'll go elbow to knee. So inhaling, stretching out, and you can have your leg parallel with the floor if that serves you. And inhaling, stretching out, exhaling, elbow to knee. Tuck your head in as well. Inhale, stretch out. Sorry, and exhale as you go elbow to knee. Inhale, stretching out. Right hand stretches out, left heel stretches out. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more go. Inhale, stretching out. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretching out. And return your right hand to the mat, left knee to the mat. Left side, left hand stretches forward. Right leg stretches back. And you might have your right leg parallel with the floor. You can keep it on the mat if it serves you more, or have it parallel with the floor off the mat. Inhale, stretching your left hand out, right foot back. And exhale, elbow to knee, round the back, tucking your chin. Inhale, stretching out. And exhale, tucking in. Inhale, stretching your left hand and right foot straight out, diagonal stretch, and exhale, elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale, stretching out, and exhale, elbow to knee, rounding in the back. Inhale, stretching out, and exhale, returning your hand and your knee to the mat. Fabulous. Just give your wrists a bit of a circle, one way and then the other, one at a time. And then pressing through your hands, wrists under your shoulders, pressing through your pads of your fingers, through your knuckles. Tuck your toes, inhale. And on the exhale, push your hips up to the sky, straightening your legs for downward dog. Bend your right leg in towards your chest, straighten your left leg, and then alternate. Left leg comes in, right leg is straight. Walking your dog, bending one leg and then the other. As you start to stretch out into your downward dog, forehead drops towards the mat. Shoulders move down, your back away from your ears. And your heels disappear behind your feet so you can't see them. Just shake your head. Might nod it yes, shake it no, just to release the neck. And then find some stillness in your downward dog. And today we'll just take a bit of time to notice what's happening. Notice our thoughts. Might have preferences. Our minds might have gone somewhere else. Something that happened in the day or something that's going to happen. Bring your attention back to your breath. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, sighing it out. Deep inhale. And exhale. This time, inhale and raise your right leg up to the sky. And when you exhale, tuck your knee towards your nose, rounding in the back. Inhale, right leg goes up to the sky, three-legged dog. And this time, exhaling, rounding your back, knee towards your nose, and then stepping it through so it's in between your hands. However you get that there. Dropping your left knee to the mat. You can leave your left foot tucked or have it flat on the mat. And then inhale and come up. You make your torso vertical, and then inhale and raise your hands above your head so that your palms are facing Anjaneyasana. You may need to look at a point in front of you to keep your balance. And scissor your thighs together. Although they don't actually move, it'll give you more stability. If you find that that's not very stable, you can always move your right leg out a bit to the side so there's a wider base. Take a few breaths here, stretching up through the side body, scissoring your thighs together and pressing through the feet. Inhale and rain your hands down so they frame your right foot. Straighten your right leg so that your leg is resting on your heel and your right leg is straight. You might have a little bend in your knee. Your toes point towards your shins. So have a nice straight back here, chest pointing forward, not down. And just tuck your right hip back, left hip forward. Get that stretch in the back of your leg. Inhale, place your right foot in between your hands. Tuck your left toe and exhale as you come back to downward dog. Inhale, raise your left leg up to the sky and exhale, round your back, knee to nose. Inhale, raise your left leg up to the sky and exhale, round your back, knee to nose, and then bring your foot in between your hands. Lower your right knee to the ground. You can leave your foot tucked or have it flat. Inhale and then raise your torso to the vertical and raise your hands above your head, palms facing. You can scissor your thighs together and take a few breaths here. Make sure that your navel is tracking towards your spine, so you're tucking your ribs in to protect your lower back. Inhale, stretching up, and exhale, rain your hands down so they frame your left foot. Inhale, just looking forward, tuck your right toes and exhale, bring your left foot back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet towards your hands for a forward fold, bending your knees, folding forwards. Hands have opposite elbows. You can sway from side to side, just bending one leg and then the other. Feeling that stretch in your lower back and your hamstrings. Then you might like to straighten your legs just a little bit. And then drop your hands to the floor. Let your head go floppy. And vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up until you're standing. Slowly, slowly. Wonderful. Roll your shoulders back a few times, creating that space through breath. Fabulous. Standing towards the top of your mat. Sun Salutations A. Stand in mountain pose, so your feet are up to hip width apart. Just grounding through the four corners of your feet. So the base of your little toe, your big toe, and the corners of your heels. Palms face forward, broad across the shoulders. Crown stretching up to the skies as a golden thread, stretching you up, creating space in your spine, and just softly looking forward, relaxing the jaw. Inhale, spread your arms out to the side, up overhead, and then bending, hinging at the hips, folding forward, forward fold. Bending your knees as much as you like. Inhale, halfway lift, hands onto the thighs, squeezing the shoulder blades together and flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Step back into downward dog. Then knees down or not into push-ups. So your shoulders are over your wrists. So you're taking your weight mainly on your hands. Looking forward, inhale. And as you exhale, elbows into your ribs, slow yourself down slowly like a push-up. And then lower yourself all the way to the mat. Palms under the shoulders, forehead on your mat. Press through the tops of your feet so your knees are just off the mat. Inhale and shine your heart space forward for Cobra. Crown stretching up to the sky, elbows into the ribs. And exhale, folding down. Inhale, pushing back to supported plank. And then tucking the toes, raising your hips for downward facing dog. This time walking your flat hands towards your flat feet. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands out to the side, stretching out, up above the head, and hands to heart center. Wonderful. Coming towards the front of your mat. Inhaling, hands out to the side and above your head, stretching up high. And then exhaling, forward fold. Wonderful. Holding from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Framing your feet with your hands, planting your hands on the ground, and step back into dog. Forward into plank or supported plank. Supported plank has your feet, knees on the ground, and weight through your shoulders and into your wrists and pressing your fingertips into the ground. Supported plank, you can look forward. Tuck in your elbows into your ribs and slowly lower yourself down to the mat, chaturanga, like a push-up. And then all the way down to the mat. Feet flat on the mat, pressing into the tops of the feet. Elbows into the sides. Inhale and up for Cobra. Keep your shoulders down. And then exhale down to the mat, lowering down. Inhale, supported plank. Exhale, tuck your toes and back into downward facing dog. And this time, walk your hands back to your feet. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stretching out to the side. Hands above your head, palms facing, palms together, and palms to heart center. Well done. Wonderful. Now for the next bit, we're going to do some standing poses, starting with Warrior 2 and Warrior 2 variations. So we've done these before, so we'll just go into them by stepping our right foot forward in the middle of our mat. Left foot about a leg length, I should say, back at 45 degrees. The left foot is at 45 degrees. Right knee is in a square. So you're trying to get your right thigh parallel with the mat. Great. So our hips are pointing towards the top left corner of our mat. Inhale and stretch your arms out to the side, parallel with the floor. Looking along your right hand. Warrior 2. Tuck your ribs in and ground through the outside edges of both feet. You might actually have your arches lift a little bit. Shoulders away from your ears. And stretch as though your little fingers are just going to go backwards a little bit, widening across the chest. Inhale, flip your right palm so it's facing upwards, and then stretch your right hand up to the sky. Left one rests on the left thigh, reversing your warrior. Inhale, stretch up, and then exhale, bring your right forearm down to your right thigh. That's it. And this time we'll actually sweep our left hand around and over by our left ear, pointing forwards. So we're trying to get a line from our left heel all the way to our left fingers. So just have a look at your right knee and make sure it's still tracking over your right heel. It shouldn't go further forward than your right heel. Towards your left, second and third toes. So not in and not out. And you should be able to look up at your fingers and keep your balance. Inhale and stretching back to warrior 2. That's right, so your legs stay in the same position, fantastic. Now listening carefully, cartwheel your hands down so they frame your right foot and turn your left foot so it faces forward. Fantastic. Now we're going to walk our hands around to the middle of the left hand side of the mat, and both feet are going to face the left hand side of the mat. So we're in a wide-legged forward fold. Hands are under our face, straight arms. Feel the flatness through the back, stretch through the lower back. You might be able to stretch one shoulder forward and feel the stretch in your back, and then stretch the other shoulder forward and feel that stretch. Then come back to your flat back, anchoring through your left hand. Inhale and stretch your right hand out to the right and up to point to the sky, following it with your gaze. And exhale as the right hand stretches out to the side and comes back. Anchor through that right hand as you inhale and send the left hand out to the side and up to the sky, following it with your gaze. And exhale as it comes back down to meet the right. Wonderful. Now listening carefully again, walk your hands to the left hand side of your mat as it is now, the back of your mat. Place your left foot so it faces the back of your mat, and the right foot so it's at 45 degrees. Your left leg is in a square over your left heel. Your left knee is over your left heel. And then windmill your hands around, warrior 1 on the left hand side. That's it. Fantastic. Just check that your left knee is over your left ankle, tracking towards the second and third toes. And your back foot is at 45 degrees. Stretching your arms forward and back. Beautiful. Looking over your left hand. Shoulders roll down the back, away from the ears. and navel to spine to protect your lower back. And just notice how this feels. Notice what comes up for you. Inhale and turn your left palm to the ceiling, and then stretch it up to the ceiling, stretch your arm up to the ceiling, and your right hand rests on your right thigh. Stretch your left hand up, and as you exhale, bend your left arm and rest your left forearm on your left thigh. Beautiful. And then swing your right hand forward and over by your ear. Stretching forward, trying to make a straight line from the your right foot all the way to your right fingers. Side angled stretch. Beautiful. And then cartwheel back to warrior two. Arms stretched out. Beautiful. Make sure your head is over your heart and your shoulders are over your hips. Inhale and exhale, cartwheel your hands down so they frame your left foot. And inhale here, looking forward. Exhale back into dog pose. Inhale here and exhale, walking your feet towards your hands and slowly rolling up to mountain pose. Wonderful. Coming back to the center of your mat and then lying on your stomach. Some lying down poses now. So the first one's very straightforward. Your feet are flat on the mat behind you and your elbows are under your shoulders and your hands are flat on the ground in front of you. And you're stretching your crown up to the sky. So just make sure that your hips are level on the mat, your feet are level. Elbows are under your shoulders. Your hands are spread out, fingers are spread out on the mat, planted onto the mat. Sphinx pose. So you can squeeze your glutes together, stretch up through the crown, and your shoulders come away from your ears, down your back, sliding your shoulder blades down your back. Take a few breaths here in Sphinx pose. And then exhale, put your hands one on top of the other in front of you and rest your forehead on your hands. Your elbows are out to the side. Crocodile pose. It's a good pose for just getting in touch with what's going on for you. Just noticing what's arising, not identifying with it, just letting it pass. And we'll go to Sphinx pose once more. So elbows under shoulders, flat palms on the mat, forearms are parallel. Pressing through the tops of your feet, active through the glutes, shoulders away from the ears, and the crown stretches up. So gentle back bend, creating strength in the back body. Broad through the chest, Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, return to crocodile pose. Forehead on your hands, elbows out to the side. And relax through your toes and legs. The heels can flop out to the side. Now we'll do some locust pose variations. So staying on the mat, stretch your arms out in front of you, parallel with each other, and you can have your forehead resting on the mat. Inhale, keep your forehead on the mat and just raise your right arm off the mat, stretching it forward so it's elongated. Inhale and stretch your right arm up. And just hold that for a few breaths. And on your next exhale, relax your right hand down. On your next inhale, raise your left hand up, stretching your left hand up, left arm out. Feeling the stretch through your arm, side body. Just keep stretching for a few breaths. And on your next exhale, relax your left hand arm down. Now we'll do both arms together. So just take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, raising both arms up, keeping your forehead on the mat for a few breaths. Stretching your arms out, anchoring through your hips, through your toes. And exhale and relax your arms down. Might need to just lift your head to get some air. It's quite a warm day here. And just notice how that's actually creating some energy and movement in your body. How it's created some activity in your front body as well as your back body. Now we're going to tuck our straight arms under our bodies and have our palms resting on our thighs. On the inside of our thighs. So thumbs sort of fit into the thigh creases. Palms are facing up. Shoulders are on the mat. Forehead is on the mat. This time we're going to do our feet. So both feet are flat, the tops of both feet are flat on the ground. Inhale and raise your right foot and leg up into the sky, just as much as is comfortable. Pressing through the left foot and leg. Just hold it there for a few breaths. And on your next exhale, release your right foot to the ground. On your next inhale, raise your left foot and leg out off the mat, pressing through your right foot and leg. Stretching your leg back and up, not very far. And on your next inhale, exhale, relax down. Inhale, and this time try and lift both legs up off the ground. If it doesn't serve you, just do one at a time. Pressing through your hands. And then as you exhale, release your legs down. Half locust. Come back to crocodile, hands under the forehead, elbows out to the side, and take a few breaths here. And then push yourself up into Dandasana, staff pose, seated with your legs out in front of you. Beautiful. Bending our right leg and bringing the sole of our right foot next to our left thigh, upper thigh. You might need a cushion under your right knee to support it. Inhale, stretch your hands out to the side and up. And then exhale, hinging at the hips, lean forward over your left leg. And your hands might grab your left thigh or your left shin or your left ankle or your left foot, depending on where you're at with this pose. And just enjoy that stretch through your lower back, left hamstring. Looking straight forward, chest is moving forward. Don't forget to breathe. Relax the jaw. Introduce a gentle smile to your lips. Inhale, stretching up. And exhale, hands to heart center. On the left side now, sole of the left foot is next to the right thigh. Again, you might need some support under your left knee. It's grounding through the sit bones. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, up above your head. And then hinging from the hips, leading with your chin and chest, lean forward, hinging at the hips into this half forward fold. You might have your hands on your shin, near your ankle. You might catch your foot if that's available to you. The most important thing is to keep your head shining forward, chest open. And breathe. Inhale, stretching your hands up and hands to heart center. Straightening your legs, just returning to staff pose Dandasana, hands by your side, fingers facing forwards. Legs straight, knees can be slightly bent, and your toes are facing or tracking towards your shins. Crown stretches up. Your shoulder blades are tracking together, creating space for your chest and lungs. And again, just notice how your body feels, where your mind is, how your breathing is. And then putting your soles of the feet on the floor, just hugging your knees together and bowing your head over your knees. Just releasing the back after those locust back bends. And lowering yourself all the way to the floor, stretching out long legs. Tuck your chin in. And just make sure you've got space in your neck. Just stretch your crown up a little bit further along the mat. Inhale and bring both knees into the chest, hugging them with your arms. Grab opposite elbows with the hands if you can, or hands on the shins. And just roll from side to side. You might be able to roll all the way over to your elbow and then push yourself back. And then roll all the way over to the other side and push yourself back. Wonderful. And then come back to center. Send your left leg long and keep your right knee into the chest. You might want to tuck it in under your armpit or near your armpit. Then bring it back to your chest. Have your left hand on the outside edge of your right thigh and roll your right leg over to the left. Keep your right shoulder blade on the mat. Only go as far as you can with the shoulder blade on the mat. So looking up at the ceiling, stretching your right arm out to the side in a semi-T shape. You can look at the ceiling or over at your right hand. Just feeling a gentle stretch across your right hip, creating space in your right side body. As we start to cool down, get in touch with your breath, flowing in and out of your body. Inhale and pull your navel in towards your spine. Bring that leg back to center. Bring the left knee up to meet the right, to join the right. Hug both knees together. Send your right leg down flat on the ground. Keep hugging your left knee in towards your chest or over to your left armpit. Then back towards your chest. Have your right hand on the outside of your left thigh. Stretch your left arm out to the left in a T and roll your left knee over to the right. Just as far as you can go, keeping your left shoulder blade on the ground. Looking up at the ceiling or looking towards your left hand. Whichever serves you best. Feel that stretch in your right hip area. And notice the space in your left side body. Breathe into your left side body. On your next inhale, tuck your navel in towards your spine. Bring your left knee back to center, roll back to center. Bring your right knee up to meet it. And make some circles with your knees, hands on your knees. Create circles, breathing in as your knees go away from you. Breathing out as your knees come towards you. Feel the massage in your lower back, your hips. And as your thighs come towards your abdomen, you're actually massaging your abdominal organs as well. When you're ready, change direction. Inhaling as your knees go away. Exhaling as they come towards you. And then return your legs to the mat, straight out on the mat. And let your feet drop out to the side. Have your hands next to you, palms up. Tuck your chin and have your neck long on the ground. As we start to relax, feet and ankles relax. Shins and knees, relax. Thighs and hip bones, relax. Fingers and hands, relax. Wrists and forearms, relax. Elbows and upper arms, relax. Shoulders and collarbones, relax. Abdomen relaxes down, supported by the earth. Chest relaxes. Feel the earth supporting your body, supporting the back of your head. Throat relaxes. Scalp, relax. Feel your eyes drop heavy into the back of your head, relax. Move the lips back from the teeth and then let them relax into a gentle smile. Feel the skin on your face soften. Your throat soften. Jaw relaxes. Tongue relaxes. As the body relaxes, so the mind follows. If thoughts arise, just let them pass like clouds in the sky. And come back to your breath. As you start to come back to awareness, let your fingers and thumbs rub each other. Awaken your feet with some gentle movement, circling your ankles. You might like to stretch long. Stretch your legs, stretch your arms long. And a good morning stretch. And then curl your legs in tight and roll over to one side, cradling your head with your arm. Take a few breaths there. And when you're ready, push yourself up into seating as we started, easy seat, or with your legs straight out in front of you. We'll take 3 community breaths together. Inhaling deeply, expanding the abdomen, the chest, and across the collarbones. And exhaling, relaxing the abdomen, the chest, and the shoulders. Inhaling deeply. And exhaling, relaxing it down. One last inhale, deep inhale together. Filling up. When you think you're full up, just fill up with a little more air. Beautiful, clean energy. And then sigh it out. Letting it go out into the ether, into the universe. Inhale as you put your hands to heart center. Bow your thinking mind to your loving heart in gratitude for practice today. In gratitude for the opportunity of getting to know ourselves a little bit better. For time to reflect through movement, through our breath. Be well, yogis. Namaste.